House sparrows, Passer domesticus, are often overlooked. When people do pay attention to them, unfortunately, those people usually don't appreciate them. That's a shame because a house sparrow is one of the coolest birds in North America. Fact number 1. They love to be around people. There are somewhere between 82 to 150 million individual house sparrows in the United States, and when the conditions are right, they all seem to be in one spot. They love to be around humans and tend to stay away from wild areas like forests, deserts, and plains. This makes it really easy to see house sparrows if you take a simple look in cities and other built-up areas. Their preference for urbanized environments once caused me a lot of frustration. Back when I was in Michigan, I saw that a huge flock had congregated in front of the bank, and I figured if I put up some feeders with the seeds that they'd like, some of them would come my way and entertain me with their huge numbers and energetic antics. Alas, that was not to be. This is because across the street from the bank was a far more attractive source of food, the local Burger King. Around lunchtime and dinner time, they would move off of the bank's lawn and chow down on all the dropped French fries and other fast food fare that could be easily found in the parking lot. With that delicious food source, they had no use for seeds and no need to go looking for my feeders. Fact number 2. What else they eat. When house sparrows are not lucky enough to be in easy range of a fast food joint, they'll eat almost anything else. The seeds of grains and flowering plants, as well as weed seeds, are common parts of their diet. They'll also eat insects, caterpillars, and many other natural and not-so-natural foods. Fact number 3. Their appearance. At first glance, sparrows seem like fairly plain light brown birds. However, a closer look reveals that males and females look slightly different from each other. The males have darker brown patches on their heads, and their wings are also darker brown. The female is a light to medium brown all over, so both sexes do have some variation in their coloration, rather than being completely solid tan. Young sparrows look much like the females, regardless of gender. Fact number 4. They're fearless. One of the things I love about sparrows is how brave they are despite their small size. They're so small that one can be picked up in your hand without trouble, if you could catch it. Even so, sparrows will scavenge on parking lots, even when humans are bearing down on them like giants. They're especially bold if they've gotten a hold of some food, and that goes double if the food is too big for them to fly away with. Then they guard it zealously. They will only move out of your way very grudgingly, and in cities they might not move at all. Instead, they expect you to just harmlessly walk around them. I find this quite impressive, and I always appreciate it. To get this mug featuring the bold house sparrow, click on the link in the description. Fact number 5. They weren't brought to the United States by a Shakespeare nut. You might have heard that sparrows were introduced to North America by some Englishman who was obsessed with bringing every bird here that was mentioned in Shakespeare's works. Well, that sounds intriguing and perhaps a bit romantic. It is not true. House sparrows were brought to North America to try to get rid of a different pest, the linden moth. According to an essay in the New York Times, this moth was defoliating Manhattan around the year 1850. Manhattan's fruit trees and leafy elms were in jeopardy. The city planners hoped that the sparrows would see the linden moth larvae as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Other cities also imported them for similar reasons. However, like many introductions that are made for pest control purposes, things did not go as planned. Sparrows did eat the linden moth larvae, but they also ate crops, took over the nests of native birds, and slaughtered weaker bird species. By the 1980s, America's bluebird population was in steep decline because of this. Despite their negatives, I still love house sparrows and enjoy seeing them every time I come across any. To me, they're more fun than peaceful and relatively boring little bluebirds. If I put up a nesting box, it will actually be for sparrows or similar birds. I've always enjoyed tiny little characters that turn out to be way stronger and more aggressive than their size implies. This is even true in video games. In an RPG, if I get the chance to turn a tiny little character into a tank, I'll do it. Everyone expects the big, powerful-looking creature to be the aggressive one. I suppose it's the sheer unexpectedness of a tiny being the bolder and stronger creature that helps to endear these birds to me. Fact number 6. The house sparrow population has crashed. To my dismay, the population of house sparrows has crashed since the 1960s. The North American Breeding Bird Survey says that their numbers have plunged by 80 to 84%. This is because of modernized farming practices and reduced nesting sites. To me, that's a tragedy, though bluebird lovers may have a different idea. Fact number 7. Scientists love them. Ornithologists and other scientists love the house sparrow as much as I do. For them, its benefits include ease of raising, abundance, and lack of fear. So far, there have been almost 5,000 scientific papers published with the house sparrow as a study species. One thing that has been discovered, according to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, is that flocks of house sparrows have a pecking order like chickens do. Humans can actually tell the standings by sight. This is because males with larger patches of black tend to be older and dominant over the males with less black. The Cornell Lab of Ornithology says this may be because a visible display of rank can help to avoid some fights. Avoiding fights saves energy and reduces the risk of injury. Fact number 8. They nest almost anywhere, except in the wild. Attracting house sparrows is easy if you don't have a Burger King competing with you. They like to nest in eaves, streetlights, and nest boxes. They'll even nest in the walls of buildings. This can sometimes be damaging. They have also been said to nest in roofs, as in underneath the shingles or roof tiles. That can cause roof leaks, and is one of the times I can fully understand someone wanting to be rid of the sparrows. However, just as their name implies, house sparrows do not like to nest in natural tree cavities and other such wild locations. Therefore, the best way to keep them from nesting in your actual house is likely to build them a house of their own. Fact number 9. There are about 200 different kinds of sparrows. Even though most people in North America will picture a house sparrow when they hear the word sparrow, there are actually one of several kinds of these birds. There are 141 species in the sparrow family in North America, also known as New World sparrow species. However, only 70 of these 141 include sparrow in their names. 44 are called bushfinches, and 27 have a variety of other names. Since the house sparrow was imported from the UK, it is actually one of the Old World sparrow species. There are 43 Old World sparrow species divided into 8 genera. As with the New World birds, many of these do not have sparrow as part of their name. Both Old and New World sparrows have a huge diversity in their appearances, with many of them not having the tan or brown looks that are usually associated with the term sparrow. Some are black, red, and white, others are more yellow, and one known as a tanager finch is mostly rust-colored. With all of this variety, it's clear that the sparrow family is very diverse and successful. Of course, all of them fill their own ecological niches, so you won't find them all hanging around your local fast food restaurant. In fact, some are so much different from house sparrows that you'd need a really sharp eye to even recognize that they're sparrows at all. That's all for now. Subscribe to see more. To show your appreciation for the house sparrow and its surprising boldness, pick up a mug featuring this wonderful bird. The link is in the description.